rewrite my equation, so I have 2x minus 9 equals 6. So first thing I should probably do is think about the variables attached to the 2, but it's also on the same side as the negative, or minus 9, negative 9. So I have to first think about what I want to get rid of. First thing I always like to do is get rid of whatever numbers are not attached to the variable. So in this case, 2 is attached, so I'm going to leave it there, but I'm noticing that there is a 9, minus 9. So I want to get rid of that guy first. So let's think about what the opposite of negative or minus 9 would be. The opposite inverse would be adding 9. So I'm going to add 9 to both sides. Okay, remember that when you add 9 to both sides, what's going to end up happening is that these two 9s are actually the inverse of each other, because a negative and a positive makes 0. So these two cancel out, and I turn them into red. So no, they're gone. And then I'm going to rewrite everything that's left on this. So if I rewrite everything, bring it down, you're still left with 2x equals, and then I'm going to add 9 plus 6, which is going to give me 15. Okay, I'm not done yet though, because I'm noticing that the 2 is still attached to the x, which means the 2 is being multiplied by the x. So I have to do the inverse of that. So the inverse of multiplication, multiplying by 2, is going to be divide by 2. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to divide by 2 on both sides. Okay, so I'm going to rewrite it as 2x divided by 2 equals 15 divided by 2. Now remember, these two are inverses of each other, so they all again will cancel out. Okay, so I'm going to put them in red again because they're gone. This 2. And then what's going to end up happening is we're left with x equals 15 divided by 2. And if you do 15 divided by 2, it is going to leave you with x equals 7.5. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to do the last one here, okay? So for the last one, you're going to notice there are 2 terms on both sides, which makes it very large. So we need to think about this just as far as what are the steps that we're taking and how to solve the most appropriate and efficient way. So I'm going to insert my text box here. Do 12 plus 2x equals 3x minus 1. And I want to start by thinking, do I want to bring the x's to the right or to the left? Now, it doesn't necessarily matter which one you bring it to. I always think about which one is going to give me a positive x value, because you can work with negatives, which is fine, but sometimes it gets a little tricky. So noticing here that I have this 2x and then I have this 3x, and the 3 is bigger, so I probably want to bring the 2x to the other side, to the right side. So first thing I'm going to do is I will get rid of, because we're just moving things around, that's all we're essentially doing, is I'm going to bring the positive 2 to the other side. So it's a positive number, so the opposite of that is negative, so that means I have a negative 2x, and then what I do to one side, I have to do the other. And then these 2 are going to end up canceling out, but then I have to combine my terms on the other side, okay, with 3x minus 2x to get a final term on that side. So let's rewrite this equation so that I'm left with 12 equals, and then we're going to do 3x minus 2x, which is 1x minus 1. Now I'm not done yet because I'm still noticing there's a minus 1 attached to the 1x. Remember, we're trying to solve for x, so we need to move things away from it. So that means I'm going to look at, it's a minus 1, so the opposite of minus 1 is going to give me plus 1. So I'm going to add 1 on both sides, because what I do to one side, I have to do to the other. And then I'm going to combine 12 plus 1 equals 13, okay? Equals what's left over here. Well, these 2 are opposites of each other, so they are going to cancel out. So non-existent here, okay? Again, I'm putting them in red so you know that they're gone because they're opposites of each other. And then I'm left with 1x. And then 1x is being multiplied, essentially. 1 times x. So that means to get rid of it, I would have to do division because it's the opposite of multiplication. So that just means when I rewrite this, it's going to be 13 divided by 1 equals 1x divided by 1. So these 1s are going to cancel out, putting them in red again because they're the opposite of each other. And that's going to leave us with x equals 13 divided by 1, which is going to be 13. So what you guys are going to do now is you have this video to refer back to, okay? I'm going to give you guys some examples. I hope you all wrote these.